Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to this evening's Saturday evening, right? Is that where we're at? Messages of love from above. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. And let me just get my desktop all set up here and we will get into it. Let me just shrink that down a little bit. All right. I think that's good. All right. So before we get started, let's send some love out to the world and do our part that we can do to help balance out all this fear energy in the world and help balance it. Of course, when one person sends out unconditional love energy, counterbalances a million souls having lower vibrational fear energy. So don't underestimate your ability to help impact the overall energies of the collective of the planet. So, if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or in replay, we can join together and send out that beautiful love. What we do is we'll take a big deep breath and come back here to this moment. And so we'll inhale, hold it for count of 5, maybe, and then exhale. When we exhale out, it's the releasing the chaos. We'll let the chaos fall away, and then we'll replace it with the singing bowl and that unconditional love energy. So let's take a big dip, either through your mouth or nose, whatever you prefer. So a big deep breath in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Feels good, don't it? All right, and then we have our wonderful singing bowl. So as I hit this, we'll hit it 3 times. We'll let that energy flow down, fill us up like a singing bowl, and then overflow out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Put her back here. Let her continue to sing out her song back there. All right. So, hello, everybody. Welcome. Good to see everyone. And we definitely have a few announcements. I'd just like to make sure everyone knows of all the free things that are available because of my monthly YouTube channel memberships, all those who make donations in these chats, everyone that purchases any of my services, personal readings, my energy hedges, and astrological. Well, I don't know if they're astrological, but they're other stuff that I have all listed in the description box of the video. And my wonderful host, because of all of you, I'm able to do this for my career and my work. And so I want to make sure everyone's aware of everything that's out there for free. Now we have this every month, and if you were waiting at the beginning, there's a little video that talks about how to turn your YouTube channel free membership gifting options, something like that, to on. This video tells you how to do it, and at the first Saturday of each month, which will be next Saturday, on the first of the month, YouTube grants me 10 free Zen Cricket memberships to give away. It's for a month. And so I choose the first Saturday to do that, 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening. So if you have it switched on, there's a chance you can win it. My Zen Cricket memberships are $2.99 a month. That's the one that they give away for free for 10. And what happens is I just push a button and then YouTube and Spirit decide who they give away. But the Zen Cricket memberships, you get advanced access to my pick a cards, my monthlies when I do them each month, and each quarter when I do my equinox and solstice readings for each individual zodiac sign. You get advanced access to everything. And plus, on Wednesday nights, I have a cozy chat where we talk about an hour or so about my podcast, From Chaos to Cozy, and anything else we are talking about, the coziness and all that. So, what else? What else? So that's the not the praying mantis, the Zen Cricket level, and then praying mantis level is $7.99 a month. They get all of that plus Thursday nights. There's a 2-hour Q&A, and after each of my 5 free sessions I go twice on Friday, twice on Saturday, once on Sunday morning. I have an hour after each one of these with my praying mantis members too. We do past life readings and oracle readings, regular readings. We read books. We talk about astrology, whatever we want to talk about. So if you're interested in any of that, all that is in the description box, links for that too. But that's what they're giving away. And then each week I have a pick a card, and I either talk about a new moon or full moon, depending on what's coming up. We have a new moon alert coming up for Leo. That's going to be, I think, not tomorrow Sunday, but next Sunday. I believe it is. But this talks about making the most of the new moon wishes, and there's a pick a card for everyone. And then in between those, usually one time there's going to be where the sun moves into a new zodiac sign each month. That's where we get our sun signs, right? So Leo season is upon us. This is a pick a card for that. And happy birthday to all you Leo sun babies. There's a 3-month bonus reading for all of you. So be sure to check that out. And we have a special happening in August too. August 8th is the Lionsgate portal that opens up every August 8th. This one is really special this year. And there's an 8-choice gateway pick a card. I know. So I talk about what the Lionsgate is and all of that and the importance of it. But this is energy that'll impact us for an entire year, August 8th to August 8th. So be sure to check that out. And then speaking of August, we do have August monthlies are out there for each individual zodiac sign. And then, as I mentioned earlier, solstice readings are still out there. And these were relationship readings, is what Spirit wanted to focus in on. It's for each individual zodiac sign. And then within each, I also hit 3 different areas: single and looking, and then also married or in a relationship. And then happy hermits, people who are not looking for a relationship, but it talks about spirit and other relationships too. So it covers the whole spectrum there. And then I was doing a weekly podcast from Chaos to Cozy, but I'm moving it to monthly. And we've got this, I'm introducing who I'm calling the Cozy Care Bears, which are some individuals that are sharing their stories of chaos to Cozy and what tools or modalities they used. This one last week was Sue. She's one of my praying mantis members, and she talked about water wisdom healing and how water has been a part of her life. And it's a beautiful story there. We have a new one coming out tomorrow, so be sure to keep your eyes open for that one too. We have one of our other praying mantis members who's going to talk about breath work, but she's got an amazing story too. All right, so those are the main things that I wanted to make sure to cover right now. There's a ton more on my main page if you ever check out that, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so I think YouTube is saying that we're live, so that's good. Otherwise, I just talked a whole bunch, but I see everyone. Hey, everybody. Hey, Lucky. Doing great. How about you? Infinity, Dollface Diva. Hello, hello, hello. Tia, hello. Jeep, Jeep, Felicia. Mike Khan, Fin Fin, Mini Heel. Hey, everybody. Nelia, boom, boom. Hello, hello. All right. So I do want to welcome all of you who are new to my channel or new to these readings. So good to have you here and all my regular tribe. Welcome back. Good to see everybody. And how the free readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. If you want to, all you have to just put your question out there. You don't have to ask and if you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading. Spirit knows we'll pull cards and see what comes through for you. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I do prioritize those, step out of the free readings. Normally, free readings are 1 to 2 cards, but for the donations, I do dive deeper by guidance of spirit. Once I'm done, I return back and then I continue down the list. So that is the skinny, and we do have a few donations. So we will start there. I am going to continue to use, I really love this deck. It speaks so clearly and so well. The round tarot. So we will shuffle and we will get into it. So Nelia, thank you so much for your, looks like you have multiple donations here. So we'll bounce back and forth, Nelia and then Jeep and then Nelia and then Jeep and then Nelia. And then we have Johanna, hello, Infinity and Infinity. So that'll be the way that it will unfold so far. All right, Nelia, so thank you so much for your first sticker and your donation. So you want to know, will you meet anyone at Whitney's baby celebration event? And would Whitney's dad show interest in you? Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. So are you going to meet anyone? Anything else about that? No. All right. And then will the dad show interest? All right. So let's take a look here. I do want that one, and this one here. All right. But what do we have going on here? There's a lot of emotion going on here. So the bottom of the deck, you've got the Knight of Cups, which is a movement of emotion, can be movement of romance happening here. And when we asked if anyone would show you interest, we have the Four of Cups and then the Queen of Cups. So she's the master of emotion. A lot of emotion that's going to be bouncing around there. And there's emotional stability with the Four of Cups. But there's going to be, I feel like there's going to be a lot of outside of romance, a lot of emotion that's flowing around on there. And I feel like you might feel a little overwhelmed, just a little heads up, because I feel like your empathic abilities are just like wah wah wah. And I don't know, you might check what the moon is doing on that day, because I just feel something is expanded for you on this day where you're going to pick up motions everywhere. So and I might have already shared with you. I have a little Take 10 with Zen that talks about the empathic bubble and the real gift of an empath. I feel like that will help if you haven't checked those out, or anyone that would like to look at that. If you feel you have like big empathic abilities and you're always feeling like, whoa, all this energy, be sure to check that out, because it'll help kind of buffer all that where it's not so loud that's coming in. And then it allows you to kind of change the emotional environment where it makes it easier for people to choose unconditional love instead of fear and freaking out stuff. So I feel like that's an important thing, because there's a lot of emotion happening. So I feel like there is an opportunity that you might meet an emotional interest there because of all this, you know, being bored with the regular 3 cups down here, but this 4th cup being offered to you. Now, Whitney's daddy could be, it could be, we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is this balancing, equal giving and receiving here. Whoops. But we've got this Ace of Cups, which is a spark of emotion. The Temperance card, you can see that they also have 2 cups that go back and forth slowly. And there's this balanced approach here. So I feel like with this energy coming in here, that there's interest there, but it might take time for it to show itself because of all this balancing out and this, slowness going back and forth with the temperance card. I do feel like there's a little spark, and with your empathic abilities picking up, I feel like you're going to pick up on that from them. But don't worry about, like, you know acting on it. It's something that will unfold gradually, um, with that, and I'm not sure if that's them or not. Let me just pull an extra card. Is this cup that's being offered, is this the daddykins? Let's see what we have here. Well, we have a fire sign, the King of Wands. So if they're not a fire sign, then I would say no. But whatever this romance that's being offered, that Ace of Cups that's being offered, it is a King of Wands energy, which is fire sign. So if you don't know what Whitney's father's what their I mean, their sun sign is, then you can bring that up in conversation. No, I was kidding. You don't have to, but at least it is someone very fiery. So someone who's very passionate, outgoing, childlike, not childish, but childlike and bubbly and bright. So, but I feel fire signy energy coming in. All right, so that's what they have for your first one there, Nelia. Thank you so much for that. We'll return here in a moment. Then we have Jeep Jeep. Hey, Jeep Jeep. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And your first question here is, your father will travel to Jordan, all right, and try to sell the houses. Will he succeed and then give you and your siblings the money? All right. Let's take a look here. So, first of all, will he be able to succeed in okay selling the houses? All right. Yeah, he will. And because this card came flying out, the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance and, success in the outside world. So I like that. Um, and then is it going to give you guys the money? Let's take a look here. So, we've got here some interesting energies, but I feel like here we've got, well, let's start with the Two of Wands, is what they want to start with. So the Two of Wands is the choice between two things. They're kind of undecided in the moment of what they're exactly going to do with everything. Because we have the 10 of Wands, which is the burden, and the Eight of Cups, walking away from emotions and relationships that don't serve him anymore. And there's this, he's contemplating everything, right? Because there's this, I don't know if there's some that haven't, there's been a falling out with them. And that's mainly what I feel like they're doing. I feel like they know who they do want to share with some of the children. But I don't know, you know, there's some children that he's like, mm, I don't know if someone's been treating him poorly, to where they're like going, well, maybe I should split it out based on, I'll give percentages, like larger percentages to these that have been maintained relationships with them. The other ones that haven't, maybe smaller portions. I feel like this is there a lot of energy invested in, how am I going to distribute it? Or should I just wait and have it in my will, and then everyone has to wait and we'll see how people treat me in the meantime, and maybe I'll adjust my will. Not that they're, that kind of person, but they're just trying to do things fairly. And I feel like they're kind of at an emotional place in their life with this Eight of Cups too, where they're just, everything is kind of hitting them. And I feel like that some of this is because I feel like with them selling the homes and stuff, it's bringing up some old feelings, some old connections too. And there's a little bit of feelings of loss, or not, and not so much sadness as much as just loss, which is enough. And you have the Seven of, yeah, and even have the Sun card under here. We've got this shining bright and uh, not asking permission to shine. And I feel like they're gonna do what I want to do, but they're kind of just trying to figure it out. And they're gonna like, you guys have to live with my decision. Boom. Which I like. Well, I like for them, but it feels um, abundant for you. So maybe you have maintained, your relationship with them. Maybe are you the favorite? Shh, don't tell anyone. Yeah, but I feel like it is nothing to be concerned for you. Just information is what it's. They're not telling you all that to prepare you. They're just letting you know kind of what's going on and their thing. But in either case, I feel like you do well with all that. So that is what they have for your first one there. So many blessings. Okay. You're the favorite. See, we knew it. We knew it. All right. So thank you for that donation, and we'll come back to your second question here in a moment. So Nelia, we're to your second question, and so the heart eyes doo doo. Thank you for this additional donation. You want to know, will Megan ever? Oh my God, will she ever meet her soulmate, her true love? Let's take a look here. So we'll see here. Does she have a destined? We'll see if she has a destiny or if it's optional. We'll see what we have here. All right. So that'll be that, and that would be when and the where. Okay. All right. So they do have a a true love, a soulmate. We've got the butterfly energy coming in here under the bottom of the deck, which is the Hanged Man, and it's the transformation. She's going through her own transformation right now, and they're allowing her to let go of expectations. The Six of Swords is leaving three swords behind that no longer serve, moving into something that's more freer, more less choppy waters, calmer waters. And I feel like it's going to be, we got a King of Wands coming in here. So I do feel like it's a very fiery type of energy, fire signy, which I feel she needs. She needs someone that can keep up, someone that can go the distance, that's um, adventurous, that wants to travel, that wants to see things, that wants to try new things, and go, 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 go kind of energy. It feels like she needs for her life. So she's going through a transformation, letting go of some expectations so that it's not such a small, like, it has to be this. She's letting go a lot of this is what the transformation is happening so that she can be open to, because I think like this person would be someone that she normally wouldn't be on her list. It wouldn't be considered her type. She normally wouldn't give them, like today, she wouldn't give them the time of day. But as she transforms, she'd be like, I'll talk to him. Sure, I'll have coffee with someone. Why not? I feel like there's this transformation that she's going through, that's after that transformation is when it happens. So we asked about when. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So after a little bit of alone time with the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Wands, which is after this transformation and after she adjusts where she's focusing her energy. And so there is this little bit of alone time that needs to happen for that transformation to take place. Caterpillars don't go through their metamorphosis in front of everyone. Look, I'm melting. They do it in private in their cocoon, and then they come out a beautiful butterfly, and that's where things change. Let's see where they meet here. Yeah. So I do see here, I mean, we've got it's going to be a little bit with the Knight of Pentacles, and they're not telling me the where yet because they're like, focus on the transformation. We've got the 2 of Wands, we've got the 8 of Swords along with the 7 of Swords. So this is the transformation. This is the letting go of all these expectations and the fear of deceivers and deception and the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would have deceived her before. So it's out there. It's just the where they're kind of keeping uh shielded, we'll say, so that she is willing, I mean, not willing, but focusing on the inner journey, because otherwise, like, oh, is that it? Is that going to be it? Is that going to be it? They're like, you have to finish all this first. Do this first, and then you're open and you're available. Otherwise, it doesn't matter where you think it would be. It's not going to happen if we stay connected to that lower vibrational supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and must around love, who they're supposed to be, who I'm supposed to be, how we're supposed to meet, how it's supposed to unfold. This cocoon she's in, a lot of that is melting away and falling away, which allows her then, to be open and go, wow. Otherwise, she's like, no, I don't want to. Like, what do they do for a living? Or, what about this? What is that? No, it's okay. It's like someone, and that's why I feel like it's someone that's going to be tried to say, hey, I know someone that just I just want you guys to have coffee together, no expectations. I just think at the very least you guys would be great friends. And so I just want you guys to meet. And normally she would be like, no, thank you. But with this change, she'll be like, sure, I'll hang out. I trust you. If who can't use another friend, and so I'll go hang out. And then they're like, zap. As soon as they see each other, it starts. They don't even talk first. It's like, whoa. And there's this energy. And I feel like there's past life connections through them too. But so anyway, that's what they want to share right now. They want to spoil everything. So that is what they have for you there. So boom, boom, shakalaka. All right. So let's take a look here. So that was that one. So thank you for that. And we'll come back to your next question here in a moment. And boom, boom, boom. All right. So Jeep Jeep, your second question. Let's give that a love and a like here. Thank you so much for that donation. And you'll go back to work starting August 6th. Will it go well? Uh-oh. Back to the prison? Let's take a look here. I don't know. Isn't August your month of movement? I'm like, hmm. Let's take a look here and see what's happening here. All right. Sorry, I just had to look at this with the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Wands. The burden, the burden. 10 of Wands, I just feel like it becomes too much. This is the underlying energy on the bottom of the deck, which, is like an ending of like, where am I focusing all my energy? And you're like, it's like the time away has really made it obvious when you go back in. You're just like, I feel like I'm an inmate here, not, a free person. So there is this change. Let's see what these come in. You have 2, 2, and 2. Let's see what comes in. Yeah. I do feel like the energy comes very quick here for you with this. The Knight of Wands is boom, boom, zoom, zoom. I feel like I feel like this is you. Oh hell no. And you're like walking away from. What's interesting is below the 10 of Wands is the 9 of Cups, which that's where this person's walking off to. They're walking away from these feelings to your dream come true, something that feels like emotional dream come true. So we'll see. Let's see what these other cards are. So far, I'm getting this energy of like you're like, oh God, I can't do this anymore. But let's take a look here. Yeah. You've been waiting here for the 7 of Pentacles for something to show up that makes you feel happy, and here's the 10 of Cups, so 8 of Cups to 9 of Cups to 10 of Cups, and you've been patiently waiting, and it's like you're ready for this move, you're ready to leave, you're ready to go somewhere else, and, yeah, it's all this you even have on the bottom of the deck the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight waiting for this um, abundance, like this windfall to come in, and here's the waiting for the emotional joy to come in. And then here's the Temperance card for this new abundance to come in. So there's like all this, can I stand this until abundance comes in? Maybe is this what hopefully the sell will go fast and go, I need that money because I need to get out of here. But I do feel like, and you are a Leo too. Yeah, so you're ready for this fire energy. You're ready for this movement. But I just feel like and that makes sense because I talk a lot about, how lions don't like to be caged, and I just feel like you're going into a zoo and you're being caged again, and you're just like you got so used to roaming the Serengeti, without being caged, and now it's like you're going back in, and you're just like, this is oh gosh, So I know like July was is the month where you're making decisions, and August is the month of movement. So I feel like it's like you're gonna feel that way, but it is like prison, right? And you're like, I'm just, I'm just okay, just a little bit longer. I feel like you're in your mind, you're just a little bit longer. I'm waiting for this windfall. I'm waiting for this abundance to come in, and then I'm gonna make my move. But I don't think you're gonna be able to last that long. You. I feel like they're kind of like, yeah. Well, you haven't found one yet, but are you looking for where you wanna move to? Because I feel like that's where where you're gonna, find the job is where you're going. Like, you're not gonna find the job around where you're at because your soul doesn't want you to stay where you're at anymore. It's like, it's if you feel like you've been hitting doors and not being able to, go find anything locally, it's because they're like, because they don't want you to stay local. You're being nudged to move on to where you want to end up. Like, where's your dream city? Where is it that you want to go? What is it that you want to do? And that's where they're wanting you to find, the jobs there. Yeah, we'll see if your father will go with you. Say, come on, we're going. Where would we like to go? you know, but I feel like that's what's coming in there. Your dream is the desert or dessert? Because I dream of dessert. But yeah, he has kidney problems. Yeah. So yeah, just don't let anything else stop you. Don't have like, well, it can't be this, it can't be that, it can't be this. It's like, you know what I want? I want this. And it's you stepping forward that opens up everything, right? When you have these beliefs of, well, this is an obstacle, this is an obstacle. When we're focusing on our obstacles, then the obstacles get bigger, right? When we focus on gratitude, going, you know what? Creator, I want to be near the sand dunes, right? And so, show me where I can go, and thank you for opening the pathway and having everything flow. And then when we have gratitude, then things flow, and then you can find wow, this is a great job. It has great medical. It's even better for my dad. I can put him on my plan, and it's low cost, and he can get all this treatment, and it's excellent treatment. It's like we can have that, but if we focus on, well, there's all these obstacles, I can't do it, then guess what? The universe goes, oh, that's that what you want to experience? The can't do it? Then that's what happens, right? So just be a little, sit with that and just see what comes in, right? And go, okay, if anything is possible, what can be possible and where would I want to go? So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Jeep Jeep. So keep the faith, keep the faith. All right. So thank you for that donation. I really appreciate that. And we'll send some beautiful energy, loving energy to your father's kidneys too. Just that, healing energy, transformative energy that can make things go easier and easier for him too. I love his heart. He's been through a lot in his life, hasn't he? I'm just like, wow. I just feel the burden that he's carried for a very long time. I just feel like that's why I feel like this emotional change will help him release stuff too. But, all right. So thank you. And then Nelia, we are up. So number 3, sticker. Anyone to know why does L's, I don't want to murder her name, L's husband and sister sit in the work office and use the computer? Why? And is there anything you need to know or be concerned about? Are they monitoring you? Is that what's happening? Let's take a look here. So why, oh why are they there? And anything Spirit wants you to know about this, or any concerns that they want you to be aware of. Okay. All right. The bottom of the deck, they have the 5 of Pentacles here. And there's this fear of lack. They're not very trusting with this, and because there's this fear of abandonment, this fear of being cheated, this fear of things happening, and so it's just like they just feel like they we're supposed to be here. We're supposed to just be included. We're just supposed to make sure that and kind of like that. She doesn't make poor decisions, or that we're here for her support, and and there's a little bit here too of, well, if we stayed at home, we might it might look like we're lazy, but at least here it looks like we're working. That's funny. Let's see what else they have here. That was the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah. And yeah, there's a lot of fear there with the Devil card, and the 8 of Cups is about being left behind, being left out in the cold. So they just want to stay present, and they just like the people and the inclusion kind of energy. And we have the Hierophant, and I feel like I don't know if there's a religious or spiritual reason. Normally, I don't get that from the Hierophant so much, even though they're the spiritual leader. I just feel like it's like honorable. It's kind of part of this being there, right? And in China. Oh, okay. So that would make sense then, because I feel like that when I said honorable, it's like it's honorable that um and it can be traditional too, where depending on, like, especially China, even Japan, and a lot of the Eastern Asian culture is about, the parents are part and they're always there, and it's um, but there's like this, I'm there working, even though maybe I'm not working, but I'm there, and it's part of the tradition, is what I feel a lot. Anything to be concerned about? Anything? No. No, you got the 4 of Wands, stable energy. We have the, Queen of Swords, balancing of the heart and the mind, and the 10 of Wands. It's more so, a because the 10 of Wands can be like burden energy, and it's like on one hand, because they're giving me 2 messages at once, that's why I'm like, "Okay, that makes sense." Because I was like, what does this all mean?" On one hand, with the 10 of Wands, it's where you focus in your energy, right? It's like you don't need to whatever you focus on grows and expands, and you don't need to worry about that there. And the other is that, you can learn here from this experience, and there's almost like this gratitude thing. Um, oh, it's not a family business. Yeah. But this is the release of the burden that you're like, at least I don't have to deal with that, right? It's like this is not my concern. She's the director. Oh, you're the assistant director. And if you have concerns, it's if you haven't mentioned it to her, just say, you know, um, especially if like you're held accountable. I mean, um you can share it in a way, of how it appears. And I don't know if this is the what we want, to be here. Because if they're on the computers of the company, then it's like, yeah. But are you gonna be held accountable if they're hacking in the computers, or they how somehow get hold of customer or something information, It's like, well, there's privacy issues. Is there an employee handbook? But you can and, I understand. It's like, well, I don't wanna rock the boat, and I don't wanna say anything, but I don't feel like there's anything to be worried about, like, like those things. But if you are concerned about it, um, yeah, you know, it's like, and if you're held accountable, and like if it's not family owned, and it's, something bigger that's there, then check you got to have employee rules, right? Like people who come into the office, if they're not employees, they shouldn't be on company computers. And if they're using it for personal use, that's, misuse of company equipment. Um, and you can share your concerns. You can even present it, like, I don't want to rock the boat and do all this, but I just want to make sure that we're not going to get in trouble for this. If something comes down and they're like, what were these people doing on here? I don't want either of us to get in trouble for anything. And have it be about safety and security, and that type of thing. But it is traditional. They might not even think it's wrong. It's like, well, it's just my family, and it's like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but I'm just wondering where corporate would come from if they happen to pop in out of nowhere, and unexpectedly, and they're like, "Who are these people? What are they doing on our computers? What are they doing? Do they have access to other people's information? What's going on here?" Whoa, HR, whoa. But I would look into the employee roles and just see if there's any concerns, with that kind of stuff. I understand where you're coming from. I worked in corporate life for decades, and we had no one could even come into the office unless you were escorted and badge, and no one could sit and watch because we had customer information on screens. It's like, no, 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 no. This is all private. You can't be seeing this stuff. You know, um, it's like, except for like bring kids to work day, because the kids were like, but you know what I'm saying. So I would look into that, just do your research a little bit, but but look at where you're investing the energy in it, and if it's you're not gonna do anything about it, then let it go. But I feel like just a little bit of research will put your mind at ease, right? Yeah. So, that's how you approach it, and it can be like, again, like you're like, and I don't know if anyone else has mentioned it to you or if it's just what you've observed, but I would check the rules of the company and then bring your concerns up to her and then document for yourself. On this date, I mentioned this to her because she's the director and you're the assistant. It can still come back and bite you in the butt. It's like, why didn't you say something? This is your responsibility of it as an employee. And you'd be like, well, I don't want to rock the boat. They're like, well, we're rocking the boat and you're falling overboard. you know, so you got it. Okay, good. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Nelia. Enjoy it. Those are always fun situations, I know. But there is a way to approach it in I'm watching out for you and me. And, I was just seemed it seemed weird. I just wanted to cover our butts. And so I looked at the guidelines, our company guidelines, and it says this. So I don't want anyone to pop in and we get in trouble for it. So I don't know. I don't want to, rock the boat, like you said, but I just want to make sure that we're covering ourselves. I'd much rather talk to you about it than something come out of nowhere and then we both end up looking for jobs, Oh my God, okay, So but document, cover your own behind. All right. So thank you again for your multiple donations. I appreciate that. And then Johanna, thank you. I see a couple of donations here. So we'll do this one first. So just to keep everyone in the loop, we have Johanna, then Infinity times two, and then you back to Johanna, and then Love 43, hello, hello, and then Lucid Picnic, I love it, and Moonlight. Hey, so we'll that's the order of the donations right now. All right. So let's see, I left off here. So Johanna, let's give that some love and a like there. Thank you so much for your donation. And let's take a look here. Of course, shout out to one of my regular YouTube channel members. All right. Okay, here it is down here. So, absolutely, you're very welcome. A horrible. What's going on? Okay, very good. So, hopefully, not horrible health wise. Well, I mean, horrible emotional wise or mental is still horrible, I know. But let's take a look here and see what they have here. So, what would Spirit like you to know that can lift your spirits a little bit here? All right. All right. What do we have going on here? So we have the Knight of Pentacles that's coming in here, which the Knight of Pentacles is like the slowest moving horse out of them all and emotionally horrible. Oh. Oh, yeah, right? You're like, here comes the hormones. Oh gosh. I know. You women are so brave so to choose that. Uh so definitely. But there is this, it's a timing thing with the Knight of Pentacles, so that makes sense here. And you have energy. And like when you're aware of it, and it's the focus of the energy is what grows and expands. And I feel like with this information, I feel like you'll go, okay, what is it, dark, have some dark chocolate and the things that just help bring comfort. It's you're allowed to feel the comfort, you're allowed to have this nurturing to come in here. And let's see what these other things are, because I feel like there's, yeah, a lot of, wow, what is all of this fiery stuff? Okay. So, yeah, and it cycles again. With the world card, it's the ending of one cycle, the beginning of another adventure. And The Ace of Wands is about with the Magician, it's whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And, there is this energy with the Eight of Swords that, you know, you've been doing such wonderful things of release of old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, but they're pretty much saying here just um, give yourself a break is like the kind of the energy. It's like just rest, just put on something that you don't have to think about, something that if you wanna cry, you can just cry your eyes out. Whatever emotions just wanna flow, just whatever you wanna watch, it's like comfort food, comfort movies, comfort music, rest, um, coming in here. And, this is the battle between the head and the heart, and that's what I feel like they're kinda just going, "Rest. Let's just put that to rest and just allow your life to feel full for a day." And cut yourself some slack because they're just saying you've done so much and doing so much inner work that, when things hit, that it's okay to just go, "You've earnearned it, kid." That's what I feel like. Whoever this is on the other side, I feel like you have someone who's passed on the other side, maybe like a grandpa, because it feels kind of grandpa-ish energy of like, you earned it, kid. Just take a rest, take a break. You know, don't burn yourself out. Rest is important. You even got on the bottom of the deck. You have the emotional stability, so they're just like, allow yourself the space for this that's coming in here. And I feel like I want to read you a Queen of the Moon oracle because I feel like the moon cycles, which is the menstrual cycles. Okay, that makes sense. So I think you're right on your grandpa. There you go. Yeah, so that's probably him going, "You rang, you rang." Yeah. You got card number 39, creation. I like this energy of allow yourself to your creative energy to flow, whether it's just coloring or drawing or painting. If you do anything creative, it's time to do that. This is called the Beaver Moon. So you can create your own destiny. Be industrious. Every creature on earth creates. You could welcome the process of creation, right? Menstrual cycle is part of creation, right? Save money and time, have a reserve. Um, I like the little affirmation that comes with this. I am a mighty creator, create tricks. It is my birthright to create. So this is a good reason for the saying, busy as a beaver, for the beaver is truly an industrial animal. Not only do they create sophisticated architectural lodges, but they change the course of rivers and waterways through strategic damming. They create new environments for themselves and others. And like the beaver, we too can create with industriousness and vigor. So this is all this super energy that you've been putting in, right? And everyone is creative, not just those who are considered to be creatives, such as artists, designers, musicians, and writers. We all can be encouraged to think more creatively, to solve problems outside the square solutions, to invent new ways, and to imaginatively break new trails. The moon is the moon, or this moon is a moon of taking action. In the northern hemisphere, our ancestors at this time would be preparing for winter. They'd be preserving food, preparing skins, gathering medicines, strengthening their homes if they were not nomadic, and preparing to move to better hunting grounds if they were. Anyone who didn't work hard at this time would likely suffer greatly for it when the winter came. So normally this is all this energy of taking action now and going. And they're like saying there's a season for this, but that's not the season yet. This would be more fall season. So you're in a time here. The companion stone for this is chrysoprase. But I feel like they're saying that all this energy, this is what driving. But this is about, take time now for creation. Do something, you know, you know, that doesn't have a reason a reason to do it, right? It's like, oh, well, I need to do this and da da da. Da." It's like, no, this is like I'm just creating this, and even if it's like a little, I don't know, I just feel like it's creating something that you go and put out in nature, and it's like a gift to nature or something. I just feel like it's like, this isn't for me. I'm just creating because I wanted to feel my creatrix. I want to get in tune with this mother energy, and then and then and then I'm going to go give it to Mother Earth. I'm going to go put it among the fairies and the trees. So I like that. Good, good. Alright, so that's what I feel's coming in there. I feel like it's like grandpa's like, "You deserve a rest, kid," and then I feel like there's a grandma that's like, "Yeah, and then you can make a doily." And then your grandpa's like, "Okay." It's funny. What a hoot. What a hoot. Alright, so that's what they have for that one, and then there's another one, I give another one. So we'll be down to that one here momentarily as well. So thank you for that. Thank you for that donation. Rest up while we wait for your next question here. And then Infinity, thank you. Double duty here. And I think I just saw you put another one down there too. So thank you so much. So for this one, let's give that a love and a like. And so this is messages from Spirit about life. Am I somebody going to achieve your dreams? All right, let's take a look here. See what they have coming in here. So, based on your current energies, what do they want you to know about these dreams? 2121 2. Okay, interesting. So, it's like a dance, but it's like oh, okay, how funny. I just love spirit. They just get so creative. So it's usually like 1 2 1 2 1 2, but you're 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. And I'm like, what's that all about? I mean, how is that a dance if it's is it out of step? They're like, no, it's not out of step. It's when you have a partner, um, you do opposite of the other person, right? Or you step on each other's feet. And this is about um not leading, but following, right? So, like, the lead is the one who does the 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and the other person's 2 1 2 1 2 1. In a way, it's like that's what they're showing me anyway. So I like this this energy. The bottom of the deck, they have, yes, Four of Swords is um, of a mental stability and putting your mind to rest. And let's see what these cards are here. Yeah. So you have the King of Pentacles, which is huge abundance. You have the Three of Cups, which is all about joy, celebration, and this is your spiritual posse. So they're the ones that saying yes, follow our lead, and you have some dreams, some higher dreams that will come true. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, I have the Nine of Pentacles, so spending time with spirit, that's them here. So the nine is the hermit's journey, pentacles is the outside world, right? And the falcon represents spirit being in there with you. And they don't get enough attention here, but there's a snail on the bottom of the which is all about timing, and things do unfold, things do grow in that garden. So, you know, we have that energy here. And then here's temperance too. It's all about things are unfolding, things are going, coming through here. And the Ace of Cups is this finding this inner source, connecting to the self love. And that a big piece of why it's growing is because, in order for that dream to come true, in that high heart dream, it's like it's the moving you up in energy so that your energy can match it, right? Because if we're lower vibrational energy, our energy doesn't match that dream coming in, so it can't it's doesn't it's not a match. It doesn't draw it in. It will draws in with energy it matches, right? So, we have that uh, kind of energy that's coming in here. You have the Six of Cups. So there is this past life, and I feel like there's this energy of, patience is one of the hardest things for humans. Our soul loves it because we don't get to take our time. On the other side, we wanna know something and we know it, we wanna be somewhere. We're there, zoop, right? But down here is the journey, and they love it. In fact, I mention every once in a while, like, when I'd go for a walk, sometimes I feel spirit with me, and I'm like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "We just like enjoying and feeling the experience of getting somewhere." And we don't get that's different for down here. So it's very interesting with that coming in here, that they're, talking here with the Six of Cups, lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. It's my one of my past life cards, that we have so many lifetimes, so many things we've experienced all over the place, and that's what's coming in here too. Yeah, and part of the what's being undone, so that you can have that come in. We talk about the Six of Pentacles, like the out of balance, energy that goes all the way back, to when we were a young child. It's that out of balanceness that comes in, where our little inner child goes, "No, no, you don't deserve that yet." So that's right in alignment here, with what we were talking about. And the the double card is the clearing away of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of what we feel we're worthy of. But there's also clarity that comes in through this little process of determining what your true dream come true is, right? Because you were, looking at, and thank you for answering. I just saw answering Tia. Thank you, Infinity, since we're on yours. Yeah, we're still on donations, everybody. um, so you do have this, this energy of, you will have dreams achieved, but they might not be the dreams that your human thinks that they're wanting. There might be an alteration as we clear away some of the, conditioning that we've had. It might alter, it might grow and change and mutate in a way. But definitely you are. And but the big thing is that what's happening now is that they're just preparing you energetically so that you can receive it. Otherwise, it's like, I don't know whether to show me this, but it's like if you were like, I want to be able to, have this um, mountain bike that I want to be able to ride in the mountains. And I'm like, okay, so while we're preparing that to come your way, we're going to start you on an exercise bike at the gym and work your way up. Because if you just go out there as you are in that mountain bike, you're going to die, you know? And so they're preparing you for that. So that's what, comes in there. Yeah. So I like it. I like it for you here. Yeah, and for all the people waiting for their free readings, I'll be on for about another hour. I do have, say, I've got one more for Infinity, and then Johanna, and then the Love 43, and then Lucid Picnic, and then Moonlight, and then to Infinity, and then HTTPS. So I've got a few donations to get to, but I will, if I don't get to free readings or a lot of them in this session, after I go spend about an hour with my Praying Mantis members and maybe grab a snack, then I'll be back on, and I will complete them today at some point. So I will come back on. So it just might be a little bit of a wait to get to them, but I will. All right. So that's what they have for that Infinity. I like that. I like that. We want to prepare you so you don't die in the woods. You can just see a little mountain bike going off, or like, my legs are killing me. Just put me out of my misery. Like we go from zero exercise to, you know, doing 2 hours of workout, and then the next day we're like, "Just kill me." So they're preparing. So I like that for you. All right. So thank you for that one, and then the next one here, let's give that a love and a like. And you want messages from spirit about love. Will you have a lifelong partner? All right. So we'll take a look here and see if you have a faded one or if they're optional, and see what information they'll give us on here. Because I talk about how this lifetime is like planning a trip, a vacation. We can do a vacation package that includes, all of the everything, or we can just do the basics, and then when we get there we'll figure out what we want to do. Sometimes we do relationships like that, as well. I do feel like you do have a faded relationship in this lifetime, because when we get a card like a you know the high priestess, or anyone that it talks about the subconscious connection, that does tell me that there is this past life connection and faded relationship that you do have coming in this lifetime. This Leo energy of the strength card is really standing out. So I feel like it's going to be like a Leo energy that comes in. And sometimes I'll say, oh, or a fire sign, but I feel like it's going to be a Leo, a Leo energy, for sure. It just feels very like I feel like it's a good match for you. It's someone that wants to explore, someone that wants to get you out of your comfort zone, and someone that is courageous and strong. Um, because I feel like in this lifetime, you've been a protector. You're in all these tons of other lifetimes, and you wanted to feel like, what does it feel like to be protected and have someone watch out for me for a change? And I feel like this is who this is. They come in, and it's not like they're controlling and overbearing, but it's like um it's like when I just see like you standing somewhere and you feeling uncomfortable, and all of a sudden you just feel them grab your hand, and then you just feel safe. And I like this kind of energy. Almost makes me want to cry. I don't know why. But I like this. You've got, and on the bottom of the deck we had the Queen of Swords, which is um one of my energies of Leos. Leos are fun. Yeah, right. But the Queen of Swords is one of my cards that represents like a compatible partner. They balance between their head and their heart. They can communicate, they can share their emotions, and they do have that energy there. So you definitely feel like it's there, and you will have it. Again, this the timing, and that they're really altering things within you and sharing things. One of the things that is happening is you're have the Knight of Swords, which is this changing of thought and belief and mindset, this search and quest for seeing things from a higher perspective, especially when it comes to the feelings of lack, being left out in the cold, being abandoned, left behind. um, that this is part of those energies that are being changed for your dream, for love, for a lot of things in your life. It's something that hits every area of our life, and this transformation that's happening, your self-worth and your self-love is being evolved. It's evolving. You're questioning these thoughts and these beliefs that don't serve you anymore, and there's a big release that comes with this. I don't know why Cancer sign is where this Chariot card is. Mother, I don't know if a lot of this worth has to do with mom, either your mother or you being a mother or motherhood. It just feels like the Cancer is standing out for a reason for me, but that you're finding, like, you're becoming your nurturer, Mother Luna. You're diving deep into your emotions. You're transforming those, You're and this is where all this is happening here. But ultimately, it's like this overhaul. You're like, yay, with the chariot, because I feel like a big piece of what you're learning through a lot of all this, like sometimes you might feel like you're in solitary confinement, but it's when you're having heart surgery and brain surgery, they don't want you just out there on a cafeteria while everyone's eating. They bring you into a place so you feel safe, where you can question the stories, right? Question why you choose emotions that you do, question where you're focusing your energy, question your physical actions. And there's this huge growth you're going to that ends in freedom, that allows these walls to fall down and then all this stuff to come in. But in the meantime, it's like you're pocketed so that you can release stuff. It's easier to release stuff um, than try to do it while you're busy doing relationships and this and that and this and everything else. It's like this pocket gives you time to release stuff, if that makes sense. But definitely, I like that. I like that energy coming in here for you. So, boom, boom. Some great things headed your way. All right. And then we will be to your other donation here momentarily. So, we'll continue down the list. But thank you so much for your multiple donations. I appreciate that. Thank you guys, everyone, for your patience as I get to your readings and eventually to the free readings as well. All right, Johanna, we're to you. Thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And so you're inspired by Nelia's question and your emotionalness. Do you have a soulmate? You're so funny. Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah. It's one of our human, it's like a big important question. If I'm going to be a star in a movie, am I going to have a co-star, or am I just the main character? And it's going to be about my adventures. And it's like, yeah, good question. So we'll take a look here. So do you have we'll look at um, a destined or optional relationship, and what do they want us to know about it here? All right, let's see what we got here. Wow. All right. Yeah, I do feel here, because when I these first two cards that came up, you got these two cards together, the Nine of Cups and the Star card. These are the two dreams come true cards. So, when it's like a dream come true kind of, energy, then this tells me there is a fated relationship, that comes in here. Now, I do feel here that with the bottom of the deck, we've got the Six of Swords, which is movement of changing of old thinking to new thinking, choppy waters to calmer waters. But there's a movement across water here. And so if you're not wanting to move over water and move to a different country or over a body of water, then I feel they are coming to you. They're coming to wherever you're at. But it's across a body of water, with this movement that's really standing out to me here of where they come from. And on the bottom of the deck, we also have the Knight of Wands, which is fiery energy, which I, I I feel like they are more of a Sagittarius fire sign really coming in here, because they enjoy long distance travel, going to foreign countries, that type of thing. So I feel like Sagittarius, mature Sagittarius energy. Not that they're an old person to say, but it's Sagittarius energy. There's also movement of emotion and thinking, so there is a little bit of transformation that's happening here. Again, you even have the butterfly. You got the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which is telling me that there is transformation and transition that happens here first for you, but it's about clarity of mind and cutting away expectations around love, and that allows this movement of the heart uh, that to come in here more so. And I do feel like here you got the world card, the ending of a major cycle, beginning of a new adventure, and I do feel like like the meeting that you have comes suddenly after a significant change that happens in your life here. There's something that gets changed, this is the suddenest, out of nowhere lightning strike, and there's a change, and it's a positive thing. It's not like devastation, and then you meet someone. I feel like it's more of a significant change that happens, and because the world card is a victory type of card too, but then you're initiating some new stuff after it, and because of that, that's where you meet them, and I don't even feel like they're in country yet. If you're not planning on moving, and I kind of feel like you're kind of okay with being where you're at. So I feel like there's this like they're not here yet. That they're working on, things are being worked out to bring you guys across each other's path, but there is a significant, change that comes in there. So it's funny. My host, she was just walking by with her weed spray, and I'm like, yeah, because there's things that need to be removed. So, it could be Japan, because it's across water, and they're coming your way. Let's see, anything about? I don't know. I think they've traveled a whole lot of places, so I I feel like that they probably in one place, but I feel like the Sagittarius energy, I feel like they've moved a lot, and they've gone in a lot of different directions. And so they've lived and traveled and lived in many different places. So and it could be work related too, but I just feel like they're very adventurous. So I know. Ooh la la. I know, right? I likey likey. Alright. So that's what they have so far for you there. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your additional donation there. All right. And then the love 43. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like and just let everyone know. So I have love 43, and then lucid picnic, and then moonlight 5, infinity https is where we're at with donations. All right. And so the what message does source have for you? I feel like they want to start off here with a gateway oracle card from Denise Lynn. So let's take a look here. What does source want you to know? All right. Well, right here. Just gonna take a quick sip here. All right. Yay. We always like a letting go message. And it says, I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. All right. Go with the flow. So this is all about surrender, relinquish control, and allow spirit to take over. We're on yours, Love 43. Boom, boom. Perfect timing. So, so surrender, relinquish control, and allow spirit to take over. You don't need to do everything by yourself. All is well. It's time to just let it all go and enjoy the ride. Doing so gives others permission to let go in their own lives. Wow, I like that. And then the universe wants you to know that there are times to hold on for dear life and times to simply throw up your hands and let go. So it's time to release any limiting patterns, emotional attachments, or inner and outer clutter. Surrendering doesn't mean that you're yielding to a force outside of yourself. It means that you're allowing your soul to take over. Release the stress of needing to control things, wanting to determine the outcome of a situation or situations, or expecting others to act in a particular way. I know it's so wonderful. There is a simple grace and beauty that unfolds when you truly let go. Loving spiritual help is all around you. Simply open your heart and let it in. Question you can ask yourself: is there anything I need to release? Is there a person or a situation I need to let go of? Is there anyone who needs to let go of me? Let me go. I like that. Two fishies in a stream. So let's see what else they want to add in here for you. So makes sense, huh? All right. So let's take a look here. So what else do they want you to know here? Well, so this one, but this one, and then this one, and then that one. Okay. The others? Nope. All right. So, yeah, it's like there's a change of things happening here. You do have the Seven of Cups, which is there's a lot of emotional interests or emotional, I don't want to say distractions because that sounds unemotional, but they're distractions. They are emotional distractions. They're things in the outside world, like that are drawing emotion, 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 emotion. But underneath all of that is the Ace of Cups, which is drawing you to look inward and upward and connect, become the chalice, allow spirit to fill you up and overflow out of you here. So this makes sense with this letting go of there's a lot of um and I don't want to say drama, but I don't want to say it, but I'm saying it, right? There's a lot of drama around you of all these people that are going through things, and your huge heart wants to solve people's emotions, right? But they don't need solving. They're perfect. And so there's all this distraction. That's these emotional things of, it's like, I want to help them be happy. I want to help them be happy. I want to help them be happy. I want them to be happy. I want them to be happy. And here's expectations. There we go. I just killed a gnat. Gnats for me are expectations. So when a gnat comes at me, it's a reminder, expectations. And that's where our stress comes from. That's where that emotional distress comes from. Is when I I feel like people should be happy, and when they're not, I have this belief, like all of us start with a belief that other people's emotions are our responsibility. And we learned that growing up. You made mommy sad. You made daddy mad. Oh, I control their emotions. I got to be careful. And I want them to be happy. So now I have to do stuff to make them happy. And that's manipulation. We can't, no one can make me happy or sad unless I want to be happy or sad. Because that is an emotional choice that I get to choose. So I like this letting go has to do with letting go of responsibility for everyone else's happiness, and you're coming back to you. You're allowing yourself to be filled up and overflow, and you know coming back to that power of your emotional choice. So I love that coming in here. Let's see what these other cards are here too. Yeah. And the power of energetic choice with the Two of Wands, which is whatever I focus on grows, right? And the Hanged Man, which is this transformation, this beautiful change. And again, this letting go, I feel, just creates this um, a different type of experience in your life because when we're focusing on other people's unhappiness and their drama and what's going on, we grow that, right? The wantingness makes us want longer, the missingness makes us miss longer, the fear, we draw in those things or repel things, and hatred, we grow. But when we focus on gratitude and we come back to this realization that every moment is a choice between higher vibration or lower vibration. And there's no wrong choice. There's just different choices with different experiences. But when we get tired of lower vibration, we can choose higher vibration, but it's our story we choose in each moment. I choose that. I choose my emotion. I choose my energy. I choose my physical action that I get to control that. Everyone else can take care of themselves and do those. Of course, if it's a child, we have to make sure they eat and don't, do those things. But if it's adults and if it's someone that gets old enough to take care of themselves, shush, right? Yeah, because the Nine of Cups is like emotional dream come true. And the Nine of Cups starts with the Ace of Cups. All of the outside world feels empty and falls short until we find our inner love. And then when we're filling up and overflowing, then what anyone gives us in the outside world is above and beyond extra. Before that, everything falls short and it's a world of disappointment, right? But this feeling of dreams come true and the fullness of emotion, it all starts with our self-love. And then life does feel like it's this beautiful 10 of cups. Yeah. So it takes it to the rainbow in the sky. And there's all this, the 9 plus 1 is 10. And that's what comes in here. It's the 9 plus 1 equals the 10. And it brings us this connects us with the joy of who we really are. Like joy is our natural state. It's what we're part of what we're made out of. Happiness is a choice, an emotional choice of the earth. And we're taught this big long I can be happy when this long list is done, but when we eradicate that list and we can choose to be happy for no reason at all, no one can take it away from us. And when we fill up from the inside out, it definitely does that. And it brings passion into life. It brings a new spark to life. um I don't know if you've been feeling kind of falling into existing, and that can happen when we get emotionally drained because we're trying to make sure everyone else is happy and our happiness is dependent on their happiness and blah 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 blah, right? We can get exhausted. And then but this releasing everything and bringing all that energy back to you gives you this spark of life where you're just like shazam, you know. So I like that for you. So hopefully that resonates for you, my friend, but many blessings to you. And thank you so much again for your donation. I really appreciate that. And then up next, we've got Lucid Picnic. I love that name. So thanks for and celebrating your first supers. Thanks for allowing me to be your first super chat on YouTube. So let's give that some love and a like there. So, Lucid Picnic, your question here is any kind of spiritual message or insight would be a huge blessing. Um, uh, yeah, you're see, and then hear what spirit has to say concerning your current state in life. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's take a look here. So, what does spirit want you to know here about life, life, life? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feels like there's this progression. I just feel it's like hopscotch, if that makes sense. I just love spirit. It's like hopscotch, doot, 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 and I do. I felt like you're definitely in this time of change and alteration. Because the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands starts off feeling like a fire hellstorm that's raging around you, and there's like drama, right? And then there's this energy that's rooted in fear that's happening, and this bubbling of things that's going on around you, right? But the great thing about fives is it's a number of change. It's nothing ever stays the same here on this planet, which is a blessing. Even when we have nice things and we're like, oh, I wish this could be forever. Like, well, it could, but all the bad stuff would have had to be forever too. We were like, no, no, that's okay. We believe in change in this realm, at least for now. So I like this, happening here. Now, the stepping stones you have the Hermit card here, which is this you might feel like you've been in solitary confinement a little bit, but its spirit has been kind of pocketing you here and guiding you, um, and they're bringing here that lantern, this little star in here is the star of hope. And so they're bringing you hope and they're bringing you bright light into your life. And you might be feeling like you're going through a dark night with all of this stuff that's happening, but they are bringing you light. And so they're saying kind of this perseverance type of message of hang in there, light is coming. If you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, Gandalf the wizard, who that kind of reminds me of, they were like, because they were going to be protecting this giant keep from all these orgs and all these things that were coming. And they said, watch for dawn. I will be there with help. And that's what I feel like this message is coming in. Just hold out till dawn. Um, I will be there with help. So light is on the way. Wow. Can't make this up. Here's the star card. Here's the hope arriving. That is the star card of hope that's in that there. So boom. I love this. I love this message. So these are the first two cards. Then you've got two, two, and two. Let's see what these are together here. Yeah, there is this balance that's coming in here with the Two of Pentacles, and just know that there are cycles that all this stuff does come in. And you've been putting in here with the Eight of Pentacles, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the energy in, and you're about to see things change and transform in the outside world. Kind of reminds me of like a caterpillar when they go into a cocoon or a chrysalis, whatever it's called these days. But there is this removal of things, this dropping away of things that allows the beautiful butterfly to come forward, right? And so it's uncomfortable when the caterpillar's losing its skin and it's becoming caterpillar juice, but knowing that the butterfly's on the other side of that and that you're no longer going to have to eat leaves, you'll be wanting nectar and blossoms, and you won't have to walk on the floor of the forest anymore. You can fly and migrate for thousands of miles. There are going to be less limitations for you. There's a lot of important transformational energy that comes in here for you. Yeah, and here again, endings and beginnings. So you got the 10 of wands, which is like a burdens, and like there's so many things that you're investing energy in your life, but there is about to be a switch here to this knight of wands who is pursuing this ace of wands. So this is like this ending and this beginning, or 10 to this is actually jumps to number 12 in the deck. But there is this progression, and there is this, being aware of where you're investing your energy. And sometimes we can feel so burdened and overwhelmed that the 10 of wands brings in this great message about three buckets. And these days we feel like everything is urgent and everything is important, and I don't have enough energy to do half of that. But the three buckets are really getting serious and getting clarity around what is truly important and what is truly urgent. Those you put in one bucket, that the things that are important and urgent. And then there's things that are important in our life but not urgent, and those can be spread out over time. We put that in the second bucket. And then the third bucket is the things that say, I'm urgent, but they're not important. And those go in the third bucket. We don't even have to even get to that bucket unless we catch up on everything and we're bored and we want to do that. But we can let the urgent things that are not important take care of themselves or fall away. They're not important. They don't matter, right? So it's about managing energy here in the quest of really, I get to choose where I invest my energy, not what's important to everybody, what's supposed to be important, what's supposed to be urgent, what is important and urgent to me, bucket one, what's important, bucket two, but not urgent, and then the other stuff in that one. And I feel like that will help with this energy, and that will help bring clarity around what's truly important and where do I truly have to invest my energy in, right? Yeah. And you have the 10 of swords. I know that looks bad, but that's actually really, really good. and the Eight of Wands. The Ten of Swords is, again, an ending. All these swords are the small t truths of supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, you know, all those things that do exhaust us. They're not dead, they're exhausted, but they're looking at the dawn that's coming. Again, hope is coming. And as we release all of this energy, this, endings and beginnings that come in here, we realize I'm just tired of trying to please everyone and live up to everyone else's expectations. And it's like, who says we are supposed to, right? That's a fear of rejection, a fear of failure. And I usually joke because I can tell people, you know what? I have an expectation that every one of you is supposed to give me $1,000 a day for the rest of my life. And then most people would say, bruddaZEN, you are going to be sorely disappointed. Now, is that my fault for putting the expectation on everyone? Or is it your fault for not living up to my expectation? My disappointment happens in here, not out here. So you can release yourself from the fear of disappointing a lot of people and failure and whatever the stories are. And it's the changing of our stories, right? And that's where this Eight of Wands, you get a lot of this energy coming back to you when you realize how much you've been trying to live up, and everyone's been telling you this is urgent, this is important, and that's why everything feels urgent and important. But there's this freedom that comes when you return back and go, oh, I get to decide, and I'm going to inventory my energy. Where am I investing all my energy? And where can I find that freedom with all of that? So hopefully that helps. But I like that freedom that is coming in with all of this for you, because it just impacts every area of your life. So that's what's coming in for you, Lucid Picnic. So now I'm hearing Yogi Bear. Yo, hey, boo, boo, boo. I did not steal that picnic basket. So yeah, that's from Yogi Bear from back in the day. I don't know how old everyone is, or the reruns of the reruns. Surely everyone knows who Yogi is, right? Isn't that international? I don't know. All right, so that's what we have. So many blessings. All right, so we've got about a little less than 30 minutes left. We've got Moonlight 5, you're up next, and then Infinity, and then HTTPS, and then Wit. Hey, Wit, you'll be up after that. All right. So, Moonlight 5, thank you for the snow cone and your donation. Appreciate that. And you want to know, when will you have um, a break? It says break dance. That's funny. When are you going to have a break dance from all the worries, the money, the health, the home, the animals in your closest family and environment? When you have a break dance party, that's what's going to happen. Oh yeah, I see now. Here you're like, oh. Yeah, it is, right? Exactly. It can fix a lot. Fun. And it's amazing, but that's the answer, right? When will all the worries of life end? When I focus on the joy of life, right? Because if I focus on all my worries, then I grow that. If I focus on joy, celebration, gratitude, unconditional love, laughter, right? Then I grow the things and attract the things that happen there. But let's take a look here. We're pulling some cards. I think like a dance party sounds great. So you got 3 and then 3 and then 1. But it's interesting. You got 3 this way, and then it's changed 3 this way, and then you have a card in the end. So I feel like there is the change of things, the way that you're looking at things changes. Instead of looking at it this way, we look at it this way, and then we'll see what that other card is. The bottom of the deck, you have the 6 of Swords. So here's leaving behind. It's usually like leaving behind 3 swords, leaving behind the old ways of thinking, and then replacing it with new ways of thinking allows movement and change. So definitely it feels like this is what's going to be here. So Yeah, so the 3 this way, we've got the 5 of swords, which is the battling between the head and the heart. This is where our worry comes in, right? When we have all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped. But I like that we have these combined together. I mean, all these swords. This is all swords are our mindsets, our way of thinking, our way of looking at things. And there's this freedom that comes in, this change that comes in. And it allows us, because where our worry is fear, right? That's the core. All these small t truths are small t truths rooted in fear. We've got all these expectations of how life is supposed to be, right? Around all these areas that you mentioned, which around money, around health, around home, around animals, around family, around environment, that, there's a supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. We get inundated with all these rules around what these things are supposed to be, even some of that are contradictory to each other. And then we get stressed because we're like, I got to make all this happen. Or what? What's our fear? That we're not going to be lovable, that we're going to be rejectable, that what people are going to say. But ultimately, it's the fear of being rejected, the fear of not being good enough and not being worthy. And when we look at it and we start to question these things, we start seeing things from a higher perspective. Here's our human, the lion, with our higher maiden. You can see the infinity symbol on her head. That's our higher self. When we see things from an eternity, that's the infinity, from eternity, from that we never end, we're unconditionally loved, and we see things from our higher self's perspective, we realize, oh, these are lies. These are not true. I can never be unlovable. I am always 100% lovable for eternity, unconditionally. So nothing can take away that. Now, humans, for the sake of the drama and our experiences down here, can pretend, I reject you. But we're like, "Pff," but the powerful being, behind them, behind each person, they have this higher self. This is just a character they're playing, but that's the true being who loves us eternally and unconditionally. So Byron Katie, she's an amazing. If you ever have a chance to check her out, she has a website, The Work, TheWork.com. And she's got a YouTube channel too under Byron Katie, Byron, and then last name Katie. And she has this great thing because one, she goes, when I walk in a room, I know everybody loves me. Just some people haven't realized it yet. And I like that because that's is, when the humans consumed, they don't realize how much they love everyone. But she also has it when all these thoughts and all these expectations are in here. When they battle reality, they lose, but only 100% of the time. It's like she it has such good clarity around awareness of what's really at the root. Why am I at war? What is all this fear? Where's it all originating from? She's got some great worksheets that help transform and see things in beautiful ways. And I feel like this is an important thing because when we're looking at it this way, we definitely feel like we're lacking, right? Yeah, because we have this fear of not being good enough, of being abandoned, being left behind. But when we take time here, you got the hermit's journey and the moon card, which is getting below the surface, understanding what all these emotions are below the surface. That's where we can find freedom. That's where we can have this transformation that comes in. Yeah, and more, more swords. It allows us to leave behind the deceptive thoughts and beliefs and mindsets we have. And I like this how we have it because it's like you've already left some behind, right? You have some that you're aware of that you're looking at removing, but there's still some you haven't seen yet. And it's a journey, and being gentle with yourself and knowing that you're always making the perfect choices with the information you have and the energy you have at the moment. It allows you to, make changes when you want. Here, you've got the Three of Wands, which is you can change direction when you find new information, which here's the Nine of Swords, which is all about our nightmares and insomnia, and that keeps us awake, but it's the release of the fears around everything. And when we focus on all the fears of, oh God, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and we grow that. So we've got some great tools. If you check out my podcast, From Chaos to Cozy, there's a lot of great tools in there. I talk about my chaos and the tools Spirit has given me, and some new information that they provide as we go along too, that help us leave behind these fears, the chaos that helps us change and see the world more as an ice cream cone at a dance party, instead of that bad things are headed our way. And when is all this going to change? Well, when I changed my focus from lower vibration rooted in fear to higher vibration rooted in gratitude and love and joy and all of that, then that helps. It's a fear destroyer. It's a life transformer. And even doing a gratitude journal, I talk about a lot of those things. And for anyone that resonates with, here's the link to the playlist somewhere here. I think it's up here. It helps when I touch my nose like this, just so you know. Yeah, here it is. So here's my playlist. If you're interested in that, it's all free. And there's a ton of beautiful messages from Spirit about how to transform things, a lot of tools. So hopefully that helps. And that's what they have for you right now. So thank you, Moonlight. Again, many blessings, and enjoy the break dance party. All right. And then Infinity, you are up. Thank you for your multiple donations. So grateful. Let's give that a love and a like. And you want to know, what does Spirit say about your effort on your path? Are you lazy? You lazy? Oh my gosh. No. I feel like you're more of an overachiever than an underachiever. I just feel like go, 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 go. But let's take a look here and see what the cards say. What does Spirit want you to know about your path here? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely the effort you're putting on your path is a lot. I mean, you've got the Nine of Wands. It's like you try to bust through every barrier, you try to get through everything. It's like you got a bandage on your head. And you've got this Mother Luna energy that comes in here too, which shows not only do you try to do a whole lot for your own path, you also have a lot of energy that you put into other people's paths too. Very much mother energy coming in, because even in these cards that came out, you've got Cancer sign mother energy that comes in here. And I like that you're on this path here with the World card of ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. You're really stepping into this Seven of Wands energy, which you're getting to this point where you don't feel like you have to defend yourself and ask permission to shine or dim your light for others, that you're really stepping into your own. I just feel here too with this King of Swords that they're the master of knowledge and wisdom, and I just feel like you're on the verge of like epiphany after epiphany after epiphany, because you have a lot of information, but it's like we know stuff, but there's these ahas. It's like the light bulb goes off, but then when it drops into our heart, into this kind of capital K knowing, it's suddenly just like bam, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, it clicks, right? So we know stuff, but I feel like a lot of stuff is clicking, 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 clicking here. And yeah, you definitely and here's the Queen of Swords, the balancing of the head and the heart. And the 10 of Wands, this is what I feel like the 10 of Wands is you put a lot of effort. It's like if you went to college, you wouldn't just take the standard, you take the regular load plus extra classes plus work a full-time job and a part-time job. This is the kind of energy that they're like, you kind of overdo it. And the Ace of Cups is what you've been on this journey of love, been on this journey, that's been coming in here. So you are making wonderful progress, even though at times you don't feel like you do, but it's because you're with yourself 24/7. If you look at yourself a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you're unrecognizable, right? You're going to look at it and go, wow, if we were blindfolded, taking up these, I look at life as a spiral staircase where sometimes it feels like we're doing the same things, but it's because we're spiral and we go up another floor and another floor, but you're with yourself so you don't feel like this big change because you're going a floor at a time. But if you blindfolded yourself at grand level, went up 5 levels, and then they took off your blindfold, you're like, "Whoa, crap, look how far I came. Wow, look how high we are." That's the kind of energy, realizing that you have come a long way and you've done so much and you've made so much progress that sometimes we just need to check in with spirit and ourselves and kind of look back and go, "Wow." And especially if you journal, like I used to journal and I'd look back 5 years and I'm like, "My God, who was that?" I thought I was so back then, 5 years ago, I thought I knew it all. And now I'm looking now, look how much I've learned over these 5 years. It's like, wow. So I feel like it's time to celebrate your progress. So that's what they have coming in for you right now, Infinity. You are definitely not lazy. In fact, you might need to just take a break. All right. So much love to you. And thank you again for all your donations. I really appreciate that. Right, and then up next, we got HTTPS. Thank you for your donation. And you want messages from your spiritual team. Absolutely. I feel like we're going over here to the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So let's see here. What do we have? All right, that one right there. Boom, right off the bat here. Wow, you got card number 5, Growth. Just going to kind of scooch in so you can see it a little better. They've got a little pocket watch hanging in there. And this earth, this giant, it's like you're a giant tree. Card number 5, the number of change and movement and transformation. So, growth, reject stagnancy. To get unstuck, take action. The choice to grow can be made. Expect growing pains when making huge changes in your life. And change is a natural part of life and cannot be pushed against forever. Change should have aim and purpose. Be courageous. You will blossom. Little affirmation for the card is I choose growth. So it says, think of a willow tree. Now, willows often grow on the sandy banks of highly shiftable and changeable rivers, yet they reach huge sizes, successfully growing and holding fast in an unpredictable habitat. How do they do this? Well, when you see a young willow on the banks, for a long while, it's just like a little feeble stick, and it may have a few branches and leaves, but at first, the trunk will be fine and flexible rather than robust. What we don't see immediately is the root base. The willow spends a lot of time establishing a veritable root city underneath the surface. And these roots are long and strong and very numerous, finding their way into many nooks and crannies, holding on to rocks, other established tree roots, and anything that can help with their stability. These roots go off in all directions, thus securing their position just in case the earth begins to shift. And then and only then, once these root networks are established, well enough does the willow put its energy into further growth. And then the trunk begins to thicken and widen and harden and travel upwards to the sky. However, as they grow, the branches have little of the trunk's supportive thickness. They have instead the instruction that they must be flexible. Flexible means they can turn with the sun and survive punishing winds that might threaten to topple the rest of the tree. All of this growth is done with purpose and a divine strategy. The waxing lunar cycle calls for growth, but not growth without aim or purpose. When we understand our current position, accept it, and decide to change, we will naturally grow as people. We might experience some growing pains. After all, transformation of any kind is rarely completely easy and trouble free. Having a strong intention of what the results of our growth will be helps with gaining the courage and the resilience to move forward with our growth and into the eventual blossoming of our true self. Wow. And the companion stone for that is charite, Charroite. So that is the message they have for you. So I love that for you. Growth, and I love willow trees. So it's an amazing information about how we build a very veritable, huge root system, and then you reach to the heavens, right? And I feel like you've been working on your stabilizing your root system, so now it's time for growth that everyone will see, not just the internal growth that was happening below the surface. So there we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and then wit. This will probably be my last reading for this session that I'll complete here, but I will be back in an hour and a half ish to complete all the free readings. I didn't get to any of the free readings, but I should be able to get through with Wit's donation here. Let's give that a love and a like, and then, but I will return for all the free readings this evening. All right. So, Wit, hey, so you have a question. Is B the Sag entertaining another woman? How dare they? Let's take a look here. Let's find out. All right. What is going on here? Are they entertaining another woman? Let's see what else they want you to know. Of course, while we're in there, we'll dig around. Let's see here. No, I don't feel like they are here. We've got the energy on the bottom of the deck we have is the Wheel of Fortune. And unless you're human would be happy with them, it's like that's saying that, your the wheel of fate turns and your human is happy with how things are unfolding. So I don't feel like I feel like that would be I don't feel like you would be happy with that. Some people are like, I wish they would. That way I could just end it with them. Sometimes people have that energy, but I don't feel that with you here. I feel like they're wanting to expand and have higher love with this Page of Cups. They got a lot of drama going on here energetically in their life. And I just feel like they're in this spot where they feel out of control. And we've got this energy that is about, it's like they're feeling out of control in their life, and they're wanting to get back control in their life. So I just feel like they kind of feel like a fish out of water, and that's funny because they do feel like this fish out of water. They're like, I want back in the water. And so I feel like there's a lot going on in their life that they feel is out of control, that's going on here. But you know, they're looking for this stability. They're looking for the Lovers card. They're looking for this Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and nurturing self, but also looking at someone who is nurturing, and someone with this Four of Pentacles that allows them to feel stable and create a home life with that too, right? Um, so I don't feel like they're currently entertaining another woman, but what I feel here is there's like this energy of they're trying to figure out what they want and who they want. And so I don't feel like there's another woman. I just feel like there's another um idea of who they want like this, I want someone who does this and this and this and this, and they're kind of questioning whether that's what they want. And then if that's you or whoever, right? And so I feel like there's this kind of energy that comes in with all that. It's like this idea of who the ideal woman for the rest of their life is. And I feel like they feel like it's an unobtainable goal, because they're like, you want all this stuff, but no one's that. So I feel like they're trying to figure out, but I've been told all this stuff and I don't know if I want all that. And so they're trying to whittle through all that to find out what is really important to them. And then that might be like why you feel like there's someone else, because there's this idea of the perfect, which is not true. It's not even what we want. It's what we've been told all our lives we're supposed to want. So hopefully that helps with, but I don't feel like they're, you know, entertaining another, human woman. They're only entertaining this idea of a woman, this, ideal one in their heads, which it's a ghost. All right. So that is what they have for you, Wit. And thank you again so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. And Moonlight, you said you wish you could just look at it differently. People are sick, dying, making bad decisions, having accidents. Oh, expect you to fix it. Right? Yeah, all those expectations, right? You get to release yourself and go, I can't. I can only control myself, my own choices, my own stories, my own emotions, my own energy, all that. And but it's all happening. It's all, it's like my host, she almost broke her foot this week trying to control her uncontrollable dog, because she gets crazy when someone comes to the door or whatever, and so she wasn't looking, the dog, and she turned around and wiped her out, and almost it's like her knee went one way and her foot went the other way, and it was like hurt really bad and was really bruised. We thought it was broke, but it was just badly bruised. But the big message from it all was trying to control the uncontrollable. So, it's like, oh, I see what's going on here. So it's the release of, I can't control any of anyone's opinions, anyone's thoughts, anyone's emotions. And all these things are happening to show you that you can't control it. Because usually that happens when you're a very capable person and you're able to handle a whole lot. But in order for the message to get through, you have to have like all this stuff piled on and go, okay, can you handle that? And like, no, I can't. Good. So you can let it all go and you can realize you can't control it all. You can release yourself from it. So you can release yourself. But definitely check out the From Chaos to Cozy. I think that might help too. My voice might help you go to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. All right, everybody, I'm going to head off here to spend a little bit of time with my Praying Mantis members, and then I will be back to complete all of the free readings. I did get through all of the donations. So I shall return, like I said, in about an hour and a half, maybe sooner, depends on how I feel afterwards. Sometimes I feel super energized and then I just hit the readings. Others, I need a little bit of time just to take a breath, since I've been doing readings like all day long. Let me see, I lost my place here. Where did I leave off? Tia. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. And I will complete it in order as I had when I first, with the chat. That's why I'm taking screenshots of it. And then I'll post a comment in the news stream listing the order in which they are all completed, so you can find your reading as well. So much love to everybody. Thank you again for all the donations, all the thumbs up. It does tell me you're enjoying all this, and I so appreciate it. And remember, as you're going through your moments, that every second of every day of your life, that you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you soon. I will be back tomorrow morning too at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for the last session for the weekend. So, guys, take care.